Coming up, the Giants are on the road to face the Chargers.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and, of course, take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 22 carries, 84 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
Let's go.
A gain of 14.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. Ooh, with a juke. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 29-yard line. So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So let's take a look here at the key inactives. And, Charles, I guess you get this late in the year, you expect to see some guys populating on this list.
You're exactly right. No one's happy about it, but it really shouldn't be a surprise. So the guys who are playing in their spots, in their stead, they have to step up now and make big plays for their team.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Throwing Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger offense ready for their first possession, and it's Justin Herbert at the helm in his 2nd season now out of Oregon.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. Threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Herbert on first down now. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. More from L.A. in a moment. Now a second down and 6.
Right there, 54, right there.
Herbert now. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. And complete right side to Cook. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Giants.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, good move. Fighting through it. He's got space. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 60 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be met at about the 43. A handoff, Barkley running left. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Jones. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. 5 plays there on that drive, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Heading back out, the Chargers offense. We get a peek at the playoff picture of the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Herbert back to the air. And brought in by the tight end Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46. Herbert. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A quick check on the numbers for Keenan Allen from last week. 4 catches, 128 yards, and a touchdown.
And that put him over 1,000 yards for the season. And the benchmark for running backs, 1,000 yards. The same for receivers. When you have that kind of a year, you've had a monster one.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Giants, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Marquise Goodwin, incomplete.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Evades him at the 10. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
When you're dead last in the NFL in 3rd down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. A handoff, it's Eckler. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass to the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
Here's a give to Barkley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Back to throw. Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of 12.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Jones. Completes this again to Shepard. Gets past one man. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
A gain of 14. And the Giants first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton.
Jones pass.
Here we go. Here we go.
To Darius
Here we go.
Slayton. A gain of 9.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Jones. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
First and goal.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Stop short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Barkley again. And he takes it into the end zone for a giant TD. Saquon Barkley, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Gano now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Chargers ready to take over. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all. And if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his fifth catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. On 1st and 10, Herbert. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. The coverage excellent there downfield, and it leads to a 4th down. On is the punter Long here as he sends this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's in his own 2nd quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
The Giants on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. It's taken to the 26. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position, almost had it, but it's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Herbert, throw left side, complete. That's Cook. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. This is swung out to Eckler. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Herbert operating from the red zone. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. To throw again on second down, Jones. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Throwing, Jones. And his throw here is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Shepard. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll look to throw again. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
He was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. Jones. Under pressure, they got him again. Chris Rumph brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. First, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Patrick Mahomes, terrific in the victory, as his guys get to 10 wins and run their mark to 10-3. From there, we take the long trek eastward to Tampa, check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Ronald Jones with 2 touchdowns there. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Najee Harris, over 100 yards on the afternoon thus far with a touchdown run as well. With that, let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Giants. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this 3rd quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 25.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Caught by Allen. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
The 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Herbert. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
It's 3rd and 1.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
Well, partner, what do you think? It might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And complete, right side to Cook. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Chargers have taken the lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, the famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Jones. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. He is looking to help his team build their lead after trailing at halftime. They've got to like the spot they're in right now.
They have to love it, but as you and I both know, cliche alert coming here. You're only as good as your last possession. But I think that they like, as you said, the spot they're in and how confidently they're playing at this point.
But again, just a 1-possession lead, looking to expand that now. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That is caught. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. Now it's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he is going to have the Chargers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I've played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
A 43-yard attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Looking for Shepard deep. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. "37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Herbert's throw taken in by Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. To the air again, Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. Touchdown, Chargers. Keenan Allen, the 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. For Justin Herbert, we saw the big arm in his days at Oregon, of course. Saw it even more in his rookie season with the Chargers. And if anything, it appears to just continue to get stronger.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field and then wham. You have a letdown in the secondary and you give up a big one.
Hopkins with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. New York's offense back out there and set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. That'll give him 8 that time. And just like that, it's third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just let him bleed the game out that way.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30. So now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So the face mask moves him closer. And now 1st and goal. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stops short of the goal line down at the 2. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And we get a peek at the kind of game he's having. It's been a good game. 8 catches now, Charles.
Everyone likes to spread the ball around. They want a lot of people to catch it and touch it, get a lot of guys involved. But sometimes when you have the hot hand or a person who's just really taking care of business in their part of the field, you have to keep going back to him.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
At the 31-yard line.
It's Eckler again. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And brought in by the tight end Cook. 7 yards the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 46-yard line.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Right back for Allen. This time he finds him complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 38-yard line. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They run the option on 2nd down. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. And he is going to have the Chargers' first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Here is Eckler. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. On the option right, Herbert. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write it into this one. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Chargers, they move back over 500 at 7-6.